What up, body bags? BDG reviews here. What I'm reviewing today is something I just checked out on Netflix, and that's the Amityville Murders. It's the newest Amityville sequel, obviously, but what they do is they go back right to the very beginning and focus on the DeFeo murders that sort of like kicked everything off. All in all, I actually kind of liked it. I'm kind of surprised to say that. I mean, a lot of the Amityville movies aren't very good, honestly, but this one's pretty good. It really sort of portrays the father of the DeFeo family as like a real jackass. And from what I know of the actual case, he actually was quite like an abusive type guy. The only thing, my only gripe with it is they go very much obviously into the supernatural stuff. They have them like doing like ritual things down in like the basement and stuff. I don't think any of that like actually happened. I'm not sure. It might have. I'm not the number one source of information on the DeFeo murders, but all in all, everything was done pretty well, honestly. The acting was pretty decent all around. The effects were very minimal. You'd see sometimes like someone move behind someone, like a shadow move behind them, but there's one scene that really is almost like a shout out to the original Amityville horror movie, and that's he's looking in like this guy. Got the guy's like looking in like I don't know, I can't remember if it's a room or a window, one or the other. But you get some like glowing eyes looking back, and it's obviously a shout back to the first movie, but it works. It honestly does. For a rating for this movie, I have to give this a 7.5 out of 10. It was a lot better than I expected. I almost want to say it's a lot better than it had any right to be, because Amityville has just kind of dropped. I mean, I dug Awakening, but most people didn't, and most people kind of agree it's pretty much a dead series. They've got to a point now where they're making movies they're like 5 degrees of Amityville. It's like this guy knew a guy who was cousins with a guy who once went into the Amityville house. It's taken it a bit far now. But it was good to go back to the beginning, and see the original things. And it's hardly a spoiler. It's called the Amityville Murders. We know they all get murdered. There's actually a part right at the end. This is a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want any more spoilers, just don't listen to this. But right at the end, there's essentially like a little coda, and it's just the Lutz family, like when they're first coming to visit the house. And what I noticed, which was really good, is it was all shot in silhouette. So you never got any good looks at their faces or whatever. But the silhouettes were spot on. They look just like the real George and Kathy Lutz. So, take that for what you will. So there you go. The Amityville Murders. It's pretty decent, honestly. Give it a shot, especially if you're like a fan of the whole Amityville thing. Yeah, see you next time.